Hey there, today we are working on lesson 5.1, mental math to find quotients. So this is a new unit, a new topic, so we have some new vocabulary that we're going to hear throughout this topic. The first one is the word quotient. Quotient is just a fancy word that means the answer to a division problem. So if I have a division problem that's set up like a lot of people were taught in the past with the standard algorithm, you can see that 8 is my quotient on top of my algorithm. The next vocabulary word we're going to talk about is a dividend. A dividend is the larger value in the division equation. So it's the number in the garage is what I like to call it. So we have our garage, and underneath it is the larger value. 75 is a greater value than 9. So 75 is our dividend. The third word we're going to talk about is a divisor. The divisor is the smaller value in the division equation. So it'd be the number outside of the garage. This right here is our divisor. Its value, 9, is less than 75. The final vocabulary word we're going to talk about today is a remainder. A remainder is the number that remains after the division is complete. So we can see that 9 goes into 75 8 times. That leaves a remainder of 3 left over. 3 is our remainder. We'll get more into some of these words as we go along throughout the unit. Let's start with 5.1 examples. When I think about dividing and I start adding big values to a number like 3,600, that can seem really overwhelming. So I need to take a step back. And one of the best things to do, especially if there's zeros, is to simplify it. So I might not know what 3,600 divided by 9 is, but I can find out what 36 divided by 9 is. And I can either use that using my skip counting skills, or I can use my handy dandy multiplication chart. So let's do 36 divided by 9. So in order to do that, I need to ask myself, okay, I'm at 9. How close can I get to 36, or can I get perfectly to it? So if I go across 9, 18, 27, oh, it goes in perfect to 36. How did I get there? 4. 4 is how I got there. So I know that 4 times 9 is 36. It goes in perfect. So my quotient, my answer for that division problem would be 4. Let's step it up. 360 divided by 9. I don't know that, but what I just learned is that 36 divided by 9 is 4. Then I look back at my equation. How many zeros do I have in my equation? I have 1 in my dividend. My larger value has 1 0. So I'm going to add 1 0 at the end. The next one, I don't know what 3,600 divided by 9 is, but I do know that 36 divided by 9 is 4, and I have 2 zeros left over, so I will have 2 zeros in my quotient. Let's try another example. 4,800 divided by 6. On this one, this is very overwhelming. I don't know this off the top of my head, but what I do know is that 48 divided by 6 can be found on my multiplication chart or can be done using my skip counting methods. I'm going to use my chart today. So I'm going to start with my divisor, which is 6, my lower value. And I'm going to go find 48. I'm going to get close to it without going over it, or I'm going to find it perfect. 6, 12, 18, 24, 36, 30, 36, 42, and it goes perfect into 48. How did I get there? 8. So I know that 8 times 6 equals 48. So I'm going to put my 8 here. And then I need to ask myself, how many zeros are there going to be added to my quotient? There are 2 zeros in the dividend, so I'm going to have 2 zeros added to my quotient. Let's do one more example. Here I have 210 divided by 7. I don't know that, but what I do know is that I can find 221, divided by 7. So I'm going to start with my divisor, my 7, my smaller value, and I'm going to look for 21. It goes in perfect. How did I get there? 3. 3 is going to be my first digit in my quotient. Now I look back in my dividend. How many zeros did I have left in my dividend? 1 0. So I'm going to add 1 0 at the end of my quotient. My quotient is now 30. 210 divided by 7 equals 30. This was using mental math to find quotients.